Well, hey, what is up? It's Freed's first time. I'm Freed. If you're new to the channel, it's where I take a look at some world whiskeys, offer my tasting and nosing notes, and basically tell you what I think, and ultimately whether or not I think it's worth the money. And then at the end, the very end, I usually give a music pairing to go with what I'm drinking, because I think music and whiskey go very well together. And today is also delivery day. Now, I don't even know what's in this package. I have like 4 or 5 bottles en route, and they never come in the order that I bought them, so I'm not even sure what that is. I have an idea, of course, but I'm not 100% sure. So at the end, I'm going to open that baby up, and we'll discover what it is together. Fun fact, I'm not wearing pants. So today, we're going to continue our run down the Kavalan line, and we're looking at the Brandy Cask today. Brandy Cask. I haven't heard much about this. I mean, Kavalan is a household name now in whiskey drinkers' worlds, but as far as the Brandy Cask Solist goes, not a lot of buzz. Now, brandy, for just the purpose of education, is any basically distilled fermented fruit juice. Usually it's wine, but it could be apples, it could be raspberries, it could be anything. As long as it's been fermented and distilled, that can be considered brandy. But on the whole, it's usually, you're going to find it grapes. So the ABV on all of these, on all of the samples that I have here, have all been proofed down to 54% for some reason. But normally in the wild, the Solist line is going to be cask strength, single barrel, non-chill filtered, non-color, which is this is. It's just been proofed to 54% for some reason. I'm not sure why they decided to do that across the board with the Solist and the samples. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So I'm going to actually pour the rest of this in. I have tried it as is, and I've made some notes, but I have yet to try it with any water. So we'll do that together for the first time. Yeah, all right. And then there were 2. We have the Fino and the Oloroso left. Fun fact, I actually got a good deal on a bottle of the Solist Oloroso the other day, so I'm very excited for that to show up. Definitely not that, because I just bought that yesterday. But I just bought this Kavalan yesterday. Oh, Blackberry Kavalan. All right, so on the nose, the Kavalan Brandy Oak. It's a little fumy. It smells a little hot. Now, the other ones didn't have that alcohol fume coming up, but this one does. But I'm also getting, it's definitely a brandy note, for sure, that musky grape. Which is nice. It works well with the Kavalan house style. I'm getting like a tropical fruit note, but not like the ones before. Not whether it was actually smelled like a mango or actually smelled like a pineapple. This is kind of like if you buy one of those Hawaiian punch or tropical fruit punch gums. Does that make sense? It's like an artificial tropical fruit flavor. Not bad, kind of works. Getting like a pina colada. Caramel, a little bit. Yeah, it's an okay nose. I mean, it's not as good as the other ones, because like I've mentioned in previous videos, Kavalan noses are bonkers, like in a good way. So good. But this one has left me a bit limp. It's not as overwhelmingly good as the other ones. Not bad, but it's lacking what the other ones had. All right, I'm gonna taste it. Ganbei. Surprisingly light flavor-wise. The ABV burn is absolutely there, very much so, more so than the others. Before, they didn't drink like 54%. This one is, which isn't bad if you're into that, but I don't want the alcohol to be the only thing I taste. It's really overpowering. I mean, there are some notes there. There are some, like, I'm getting some apricot, some caramel apple, like caramel corn a little bit. That's hot, man. It's hot. Coming in some citrus. Like have you ever made or had mulled wine and you look in the pot in which it's being made and you see like a chunk of orange with like cloves studded into it? It tastes like you just kind of squoze that into your mouth, if that makes any sense. I hope so. I've always wanted to do that. I really should do that this year for Christmas. That'd be good.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm going to add some water because I think the water will mellow out that alcohol burn. And I think that would prove beneficial. So let's just do that. Shower. I think it might be a couple drops more. What do you get when you add water to whiskey? More whiskey. Yeah, more apples now. Kind of that, like a red apple. That's not so bad. All right. Let's taste it again, shall we? Well, it did what I wanted. It did tamp down and mellow out that alcohol burn, but it's still pretty prevalent. And it's thickened the mouthfeel, oddly enough. But I'm getting a lot more cedar, a lot more oaky type of woody notes. Yeah, the sweetness has chilled out. I'm getting more of that caramel apple note, and it's pretty good. I'm not getting any of that musky, like brandy grape element to it at all. The finish is pretty brief, oddly enough. For such a high proof whiskey, you expect it to kind of hang out a little bit longer, but it doesn't. I'd say it's medium at best, which is unfortunate. Come on. You were doing so well. I guess it makes sense. They were doing so well for so long. They can't all be hitters, yeah? But this one is good. Don't get me wrong. It's just not at the level as the other Solist I've tried, and especially because it still carries that Solist price. I saw on certain websites it goes for about 200 to 300 bones stateside. That's too much, dude. Way too much. If you see it in a bar, if you go to a nice whiskey bar where they have whiskey that actually turns over pretty quickly and the whiskey's not just sitting there in the bottle for a very long time, try a glass of it. Any of these, try a glass of it. But this one, I would avoid buying a bottle of it. The other Solist ones, I said if you see it, get it. For a decent price, of course. But this one, I'm pumping the brakes a little bit. I think I would give this one a hard pass on buying it. I don't think it's worth the money being asked. And I don't know. It's not bad, but I'm definitely not worth $200. No fucking way. But there are some really pleasing elements to it. Don't get me wrong. If you're a brandy drinker, it's worth a shot. Absolutely. I think it'd be fun for you to do like an AB with this and a glass of brandy, which I do have some downstairs. I should have done that. Missed opportunity. Oh well. So the song that I chose to pair with this actually works pretty well in my opinion. Green Grass and High Tides by the Outlaws. Link down there in the description. Listen to it. Is it the greatest rock and roll song of all time? First of all, if you've never heard of the Outlaws, kind of visualize Leonard Skinner and the Grateful Dead kind of blended together. And that's just my personal opinion. They're not an earthy techno pop. But anyway, I hope you got that reference. If you didn't, watch The Big Lebowski. What are you doing with your life?
First of all, dude, you don't have an accent. Secondly, this is a fucking show dog with fucking papers. You can't board it, it gets upset. Its hair falls out.
Walter.
Fucking dog has fucking papers. Over the line!
Anyway, so it's really good. The guitar and the music and everything, it's upbeat, it's great and very enjoyable. But then the guy starts to sing, and I am huge on vocals. Not I wouldn't say huge on vocals, but vocals are very important for me. And that guy's voice, not bad, just not for me. It just doesn't fit in a weird way. Just like there are elements to this that are really awesome and very, very enjoyable, but that alcohol is just so prevalent, it just doesn't seem to fit. They don't balance well together. It's an unfortunate thing. So yeah, obviously it's a good song and it's a good whiskey. It's just that there are things that I think are just out of balance. And that's just my final thought on that. But if you see it out and you know it's not been sitting there for a very long time, give it a try. I mean, I'm not gonna hate it. It's just I would be pissed off if I bought this for $200 at least and got this. Wouldn't be happy. Cool. Oh, the time has come. What are you? So what you're looking at right now is basically how I get 99.9% of my whiskey. I belong to a whiskey group on this social media app called WeChat, and a dude is a second-hand, provider. Which, yeah, it's the nature of the beast over here as well. I can't go straight to the farm to get my whiskeys. So he usually gets it for, sorry, that's probably loud, for a better deal than I can find on the online marketplace. So this is how it comes. I get calls from time to time saying, hey, Freed, you got a delivery, dude. You get it. And today was one of those days, so. This is so much. That's probably really loud. I apologize. Maybe I can mute that. Jesus! Come on, man! Jura superstition! Cool. Fuck off. Alright. Nice. Very cool. A lot of, I wouldn't say hate, but a lot of just shade being thrown at Jura. I like it, man. I really do. I don't see anything wrong with it. And I've heard this one, the Superstition, which is lightly peated, as they say. I hear this is pretty nice comparatively to the others. I've had their 10-year-old Origin and I've had their 12-year-old. And I enjoyed them both. That 12-year-old, that's a perfect party pour. That was some fun alliteration. Perfect party pour. It was a fan favorite. People that were new to whiskey loved it. I loved it. And it was just fun all around. So I think Jura should get a second look by some people because I think it's been getting a lot of unnecessary shite. So that's basically it. We got this to look forward to. I'm probably going to open that right now just to see what it's like. Man, it's a funky box. I wonder how long this has been sitting around. Even the bottle's got funk on it. Gross. Whatever. All right. Cool. Well, thank you so much for sticking around. I want to say there are oceans of whiskey tubers out there right now, and I doubt you've even made it this far in the video anyway, but there are oceans of whiskey tubers out there, and I want to thank you for watching me. The few of you that do, I mean, my videos are struggling to even hit triple digits, but the ones that do watch, please know that I appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. And people that comment, thank you. If you like all this, please subscribe. I'm going to continue doing this, whether it gets views or not. I'm enjoying it. And I'm having a lot of fun. So if you want to have fun with me, let's go.